Yay! We are live. We are live. The connection work. We have Wi-Fi. Let me pin a comment. Here we are. Maybe. Let's see if this is working. I don't know if maybe this is not working. Hi, loves. I don't know if my Wi-Fi is actually working. Can you guys hear me okay? I feel like we need to move. Hang on one second. Jump on with me and let me move because we have a Wi-Fi situation here. So let's do this. We'll move the cup. We have to be like in line with the Wi-Fi. Oh, real life situations. Real life in the new house. Okay, now I can see you guys joining. This is a good sign. All right, let's fix this. I wanted to be in a position where you guys could see like the trees and the forest behind me, but you know, the Wi-Fi has to work too. So, and you may or may not see the chickens running around. That's a thing. Hi, loves. It buffers a bit. Okay, let me see. It feels like I have actually, I have an idea. Hang on. One sec. Okay, let's see if this works better. Doors open. Wood house, doors open. All right. Okay, Choppy, let me know if it's better now. Hopefully it's better now. Better now, okay. Yay! All right, let's kick this thing off. Welcome everyone, it's Sonia G. It's the Moonbibs Monday Night Live. It's the first live from the new house. The new Earth house is what I'm calling it. So we are, I wonder if I can just like show you around. Check it out. This will be the new retreat space over here. And of course, this is all just still coming around. And this is like the big house over there. So we have like a huge retreat space all on this side of the house. And look at the beautiful trees and the forest around. You guys have been seeing it in the stories. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Let's talk about, I can barely see you guys. Let me turn up my light. Okay, now I can see the comments. That's amazing. Yay! Yes, amazing things are coming up. This was definitely the place where we needed to be. I'm trying to do it so you guys don't see my light. Okay, yay! Welcome to the Moonbibs Monday Night Live officially. Let's get started. Shall we take a breath together? Rub your palms together if you can. Close your eyes. Just take a deep breath with me. Hold your breath. Exhale. One more inhale. Into your heart. Connect to your heartbeat. And then exhale. Ground your energy. Connect down to the light grid. The higher vibrational energy on New Earth, on Mother Earth's new higher vibrational grid. And connect. Feel the connection with the earth, and then inhale the love and support back up. And find yourself being present. This is a very quick grounding, but we always need very quick groundings. And then you can call in your higher self energy. You're from the top, right? Breathe it in, breathe it in. In fact, that's how you would do that. Right now, if we were really taking a minute to ground, you have to remember that grounding is two ways. It's both up and down. So we ground down to the earth and then we go up and you pull in your energy from your higher self, from the heavens, from the cosmos, from however you want to call that, right? In your mind. So very important to do that. Why? We want to feel stable. We have Quiet the Month coming up. You guys, the astrology of May 2020 is like, holy shit, are you ready to be alive on planet Earth? Oh my gosh. So if you saw in our stories, Kelsey is getting our newsletter ready based on the calendar. Every month I write an astrology calendar for our babes in the Moon Babes Society, and it's very detailed day by day with the transits, and it's, you know, spelled out in English, the things that happen on the different days. And as I was doing the calendar this month, I was like, holy bananas. Like, Pluto's already retrograde, right? We have Saturn going retrograde. This is happening next week. Saturn is going retrograde. Venus is going retrograde. Jupiter is going retrograde. Then Pallas Athena is going retrograde. One of the asteroids that greatly impacts us because it has to do with like the fierce divine feminine energy. We got a lot going on, okay? Pluto is the rebirth, the death and rebirth. So the death of the structures. And Venus obviously is our love life. So make sure that you are grounded, how do I say this? Grounded onto yourself for this next phase. That you feel stable in the love for yourself, and that your love for life, love for anything does not depend on the partner you're with or the partner that you think you should be with, or whatever that entanglement is. The partner that you think you should be with shouldn't even be like a statement that's alive in, you know, the things, because nothing which should needs to be in our lives at this point. But the thing is, there's going to be challenges and instabilities in terms of it. Venus is going retrograde. I mean, it's just, you know, that's planet of love. That's a planet of how we love and how we love ourselves, okay? So if shit gets shaky in your relationships, because it will get tested, okay? It will get tested. So it's not a matter of like, yeah, but I'm fine. Like, you know, just saying, like, when things come up, if you realize that this is happening, then you can be like, oh wait, I'm redefining, I'm recalibrating. This is not what I want. This is what I want. I'm going to shift it. I'm going to shift it into what I want, right? So you learn to recalibrate. So it's not about ignoring the thing. It's about being very aware so that you are very intentional about the energy and how you want to shift it, right? So there's a difference. And then we have Jupiter going retrograde. Jupiter going retrograde, that's like the planet of abundance, okay? Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. So wisdom translates into abundance, because if you're wise and if you have the knowledge, you will then be able to attract the abundance, right? So this is how it works. So Jupiter is going retrograde, redefining the value of money, redefining what's important in business, how you do business, how you attract, how you feel abundant. Because I tell you what, shit that made you feel abundant in 3D Earth is not the same shit that makes you feel abundant in 5D Earth, right? Like, it's just not the same. It's like health is number one, you know, like things that make you feel abundant is having enough energy, like having the health, having the knowledge, having the stability, having the grounding, having, you know, the belief systems, knowing how to manage your energy. These are the things that make you feel abundant, because if you know how to manage your internal resources, you will always be able to manifest outside world kind of resources, right? So that's happening with Jupiter. Saturn. The lessons that have not been learned are coming up, boys and girls. There's no hiding from the universe this month. This is what I want to say. Like, there's really no hiding. Not that there ever was any hiding from like karma or the laws of the universe, but the point is, if you have not learned something that has to be learned in your life, you know, for your higher self to really integrate in your current body self, right? For your light body to come through. If you have not learned that, it's coming up. And learn it on the first run. This is important. Don't shove it to the side. Don't shove it under the rug. Don't say, that's weird. Maybe that's a coincidence. Why would that come up again? Like, take it on. Take it on. Deal with it. Work through it, feel the feelings, release it, go to the next level, okay? Because otherwise, it's not going to be pretty. It's just not going to be pretty. So, and we have to say these things laughing because like we all have to go through this, and there's no reason to go through this like like I'm not a dragging my feet, right? Like kind of person, because that doesn't serve anything. So if we know that there's a roller coaster to go through, let's freaking do it. If we need to run a marathon, let's train and freaking do it, right? Like if it needs to be done, let's do it full force. Let's go all in. Let's do it 100%. Let's get it done complete, right? Not like, let me drag my ass through this and drag my feet and then kind of sort of survive. We're hanging in there. If anybody posts anything with saying, I hope you guys are hanging in there, unfollow, okay? Like, there is no hanging in there. What the fuck are you hanging in there? What are you hanging in? There's no hanging in. There's fucking flying, okay? There's no more hanging. Like, that's such a horrible thing. It's like, oh, let's hang by our necks. Like, what are you hanging? Stop doing that stuff. So many people, it's like this like tragic energy of, I hope you guys are hanging in there. I see this a lot, and I just unfollow like mad. Because that's not the way I want to speak. That's not the reality that I want to speak into existence. And I hope none of you guys want to speak that into your existence either. This is not about surviving. This is about thriving. This is not about hanging in there. This is about flying next level. Like, watch your words, right? We create our reality according to our words. So no, it's not. Like, why would you be hanging in there? You better be doing something productive, not hanging in there like this, fucking paralyzed. Gosh, when I talk about these things, I end up swearing. I'm sorry, you guys. There's just no filtering. There's no filtering lately. A lot of you have been messaging me saying like, geez, like you're on fire lately. And it's like, it's because I feel like I've said things in a nice way for a really long time. And now it's like the nice times are over. It's like that day is done. And now it's like a new level of energy. So one of the things that Gary, my mentor, has taught me is that very valuable lesson is that whenever you're dealing with the energy of a circumstance, whatever it is, in order for you to effectively deal with it, your energy level has to match the level of the thing that you're dealing with, right? So it has to be that level of power. Doesn't mean that you have to cuss. For me, it comes out this way, and so that's what it is. But like, if you go into a situation that's like a high, energy situation and you're like on low vibes, it ain't gonna match. It doesn't work. You can't like get the traction, right? So it's the energetics of what we're dealing with is here. And so like nice, energy is that gets overlooked because a lot of people, it just doesn't wake you up enough, like with the nice energy in a sentence. So it's just like, it just doesn't work. So that's why there's been more cussing than usual. So anyways, yes. So I love you guys. I'm seeing all of the love and all of the comments. So that's what's going on. Okay, so let's talk about this month. In addition, and with what's coming up, okay? So there will be testing, and if you know that it's coming, then Then you wake up in the morning and you do mental work. That's your number one. Doesn't matter what else is going on. You wake up 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before, a half hour before, whatever it is, and you do the mental work. You do the mental work in bed when you pretend to be asleep. If you have a full family. So you pretend that you're asleep and you're laying in bed and you're doing mental alchemy because it has to be done. Am I making myself clear? Like, you have got to do this, and there is a time to do it. When I was with my ex and I had a stepdaughter, and like our house, there was always just craziness at my house, I would lock myself in the bathroom. This is why to this day, I believe I do a lot of like my work in the bathroom mirror, because that's like the safe space. Like, this is where you can take a break, right? So you have to do the work, and it just has to be done. So if you know that every day you wake up and you're like, you put effort into the alchemy of what you have to do, into the mental alchemy, in your thoughts and your energy, and like being positive, staying in alignment, working with your chakra pillars, staying on point, staying on track with yourself, okay, with yourself. You have to, this is a month where you have to allow for the chessboard of life to continuously move. So it will feel like there's a bunch of moving pieces constantly, but you will need to find your grounding through it, okay? Grounding goes beyond all of the moving pieces. So if the reality around you keeps on shifting and it feels like things are not stable, it's okay. It's okay, because your grounding does not depend on the things. Your grounding depends on yourself, okay? And so like wake up in the morning and be active into this role of living life instead of waking up in the morning and like, let's see what happens today, right? Like, so let's take it on, like meet life, you know, with energy, with like, okay, I'm here. Like I'm showing up, I'm shining, let's do this, right? And I know that it may sound like that requires a lot of energy, but the truth is that more energy is required in resistance. If you resist to life, if you resist or succumb to life, like if you're dragging, you know, like, oh gosh, we have to do this today. That leaks energy. That's horrible, right? Instead, when you choose into it and you're like, let's do this, right? Like, let's just do it. Then you're done. Then your energy is all flowing in one direction. Instead of you feeling pulled this way, like, I don't want to do this, but I fucking have to do this, but I don't really want to do this, but damn it, why do I have to do this? That doesn't serve anyone, neither you, nor the people around you, nor the thing that has to be done. So if you have to do it, choose into it. And if you can't choose into it, and if you can schedule it for another day, then schedule it for another day. You know what I mean? Like organize your life, but do it consciously, not unconsciously, not like, you know, you create your life. Don't let life happen to you, right? People that say, well, life happens. No, you fucking create your life. So life does not happen. You create it. Everything that amounts to what you have inside of you will create your set of circumstances around. So all of the things that you've done, that you ran inside of your body, all of the knowledge, all of the stories, all of the wisdom, all of the hurts, all of the pains, all of the beauty, all of the belief systems, all of it is constantly like projecting out the reality of your life. So whatever you believe that you deserve, that's what you're getting, right? And it sounds like harsh, but maybe listen to Abraham Hicks and she explains it in like a softer way, maybe kind of. Abraham Hicks is like pretty on point. But it's just like, if you're seeing it show up in your life, it's because it's inside of you. So if something is showing up in your life and you don't like it, then clean it up inside. Don't clean it up outside. Clean it up inside. And then it shifts the outside. This is like the month to figure this out. It's a retro party. It's a retro party. So everything is getting reevaluated. And at first I was like, geez, I'm like, you know, because sometimes I just have my conversations with God. And I'm like, don't you think this is a little like intense, like for 1 month? Like these are major planets. Like, are we really ready to go through this kind of retrograde energy as like a humanity consciousness? But you know, the truth is, it's better to just do it all in one shot, you know? Like these are my conversations with God. It's like, wouldn't you rather just like peel the Band-Aid? And it's kind of like, peel the Band-Aid. The Band-Aid is coming off this month and it may hurt a little bit, but then on the other side, it's done. Okay. So remember that. And it's going to be good. And it's all going to prepare us for the energy. It's going to build up. So starting this month is the inner journey. And then it's going to build looking at what's happening over the summer. And then this month's Lionsgate portal, August 8th. Holy cow. I mean, the solstice, it's all building up to the solstice. So that's the next point, which is like June 21st to 22nd. And then we have the Lionsgate. And it's just like boom, 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 boom. So the information, the light codes, the knowledge, the level of energy that is coming in, because you have to remember that we have 12th dimensional energy that resides on the grid. Okay, we forget because a lot of the times we're focusing on, hey, we want to live in 5D Earth, but a lot of us actually access 7th and 9th dimensional energy all the time, at least, okay? And some of us work with the 12th dimensional energy on the grid. Can't work with it all the time. Our bodies can't sustain it all the time, but it is at home on the grid of planet Earth, which is a big deal, right? Because it had to ground in at the end of last year. There was so much that had to happen in order for that to ground. Now we have it. So imagine what can come next. La, right? Like the structures are coming in. Like it's now building because the energy is residing here, which means that the higher information, the buildings, the light code, the actual structures can ground in. They have energetic, matching points. They have like magnetic field to like ground onto. So he's closing the door. Hopefully our Wi-Fi works. Thanks, babe. So the things that are coming in are huge. They're just huge. And we have to be ready for it. That's the reason why the Band-Aid has to come off. Does that make sense? So if you keep the Band-Aid on, or if you dink your way around it, by the time the solstice and then the Lion's Gate and then the next equinox comes, you're going to be like, what am I doing on earth? I can't handle this, right? You have to be ready. To sustain the level of light that's coming in, you have to do this final clearing. How do you clear shit out of your physical body? Okay. I'm going to say this, and this may be very controversial, but if you are eating a healthy diet, like if you're eating vegan or raw or all of that, but you don't have your emotional shit and belief systems in check, that's not gonna work, okay? It's not just food, or if you're doing belief work, but you're eating fucking French fries, nobody should be eating French fries. You guys know this by now, right? Don't eat French fries. And if you're eating that food, that's not gonna work either. Like it's the whole thing. You have to find, the balance of what works. Which means foods that process easily through your system. Doesn't mean don't eat meat, doesn't mean don't eat grease. Sometimes if you feel the need to come back to the ground because you're flying so high, it means know how to recalibrate and don't take things for granted. Just be conscious of your choices, right? Be conscious of what you're eating. Do it because you mean it. If I had to say a theme for this month, I think that would be it. Do it because you mean it. If you're going to eat meat, mean it, honor it, love it, clear it, give thanks for the animal, right? If you're going to eat French fries, bless the shit out of them. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck with that. But feel good about it, right? If you choose to eat sugar, feel like it's going to help your body. Whatever you're doing, do it consciously, okay? If you're going to do some 3D job that you really don't want to do, whatever. Not that we should call it 3D anymore because that doesn't even resonate anymore, but whatever, some lower vibrational stuff that has to be taken care of that you don't really want to do, choose into it, do it. Do it consciously, do it knowing that has to be done, that has to be closed up, that has to be wrapped up, and then it's done. Do it that way. And then energy starts to shift, okay? So we have to clear up. This is a big belief rewrite month. So belief work is front and center. Depending on your belief systems, you'll be able to weather this in a more high vibe or in a lower vibe because your belief systems either hold you or they allow you to go deeper and crumble, right? Oh, open the door, you guys. We need the door open. Oh, dang. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Honey, the door needs to be open. Can you give me 10 minutes? Because the Wi-Fi isn't working. Sorry. Everyone's telling me the door needs to be open. Okay, so let's wrap this up. We have 10 minutes, you guys. Okay, door is open. I know. Okay, so you guys should hear me now. Door's open. Okay. So one thing for this month, so let's repeat about that. So the thing to do this month is whatever it is that you're going to do it consciously and choose into it. So we have to clear out this guilt, right? Feeling guilty for doing this, for eating meat, for eating sugar. Clear that out. If you're going to do it, fucking feel good about it. Done. Okay, not an issue. We don't need to deal with it. If you skip meditation, if you forget your spiritual practice, whatever. Don't feel guilty about it. Guilt, regret, all of those things have no more room. They occupy space where there should be light inside, okay? So It's just not worth it. Stop holding on to the lower vibrational feelings. It doesn't make any sense, okay? So be done, move through that stuff. Get used to moving through that stuff fast. And then bring in the light, bring in the good feelings. So there's a lot of room that we occupy for ourselves with like these little things. Like, I should have done that. I shouldn't have done that. No, done. Like, make conscious decisions, because we have to move through a lot of things that are much bigger than feeling guilty for the little things in life. Nowhere, okay? Done. Close it up, wrap it up, close it, done. Chapter closed. And then be very conscious and be very intentional. And if you see that your belief systems are not giving you the basement that you need to build on, right? Your belief systems are like your basement grounds, your foundational piece. And if you don't have that, and if you find that whatever you're building doesn't stick, your new project or your new thing or the thing that you want or whatever it is that doesn't stick, go back to the ground, go back to, the structures, go back to your belief systems, go back to your like core beliefs. But what do you really know for sure, right? Like, what are the things that you know for sure that work for you? So that's the thing. I just had a weight lifted as soon as you said that. Good. I'm glad that you guys, I'm seeing that. Yeah, needed to hear that. Good. This is important because this is a good month and it's important. And so once you have that moment, you guys, okay, when you have that moment, you're here, you're listening, and you're like, shit, that makes so much sense. That's exactly what I need to do. Go share it with someone else, okay? Put on your stories, write a post. If it clicked with you, if something clicked with you, then you have that. It's like you unlock the codes inside of you, right? You have that understanding, and then you can go and share that with someone else. And maybe they can get that aha moment that, Gary calls them, my teacher calls them the aha moment, my mentor. But just that click point. If it clicked in you, you can share with somebody else. And, we're going through this together. The more of us are conscious going through this month, going through this next phase, the higher we're going to navigate, the better life all around is going to be. The better choices are going to be made for humanity, for the planet all around. And that is what we want. Okay, I keep freezing. I love you guys. I will get the Wi-Fi fixed situation. So that will happen, but they gave you some good information. I will download this and put it on YouTube. I'm sending out the email, the newsletter tonight. So look for that with some news and also with guidance for the month ahead, okay? And if you're not on our newsletter list, you can go to moonbabetribe.com, subscribe to the email list, and then that's going to come out tonight. And then also, I have some news for the Metaphysical Mastermind for the new class, which will be starting for the equinox in the fall, okay? So after this wave of energy, but I created a way for you guys to begin doing your work now, and I will be announcing that tomorrow. So look for that. For those of you that know that you have to do the work, but you weren't able to jump on, but you kind of wanted to, you feel like you want to be held in a space, doing the work through the summer and, getting through the things, then look for that, and hopefully that will work for you, okay? So, yes. I don't know about the frozen parts being in the replay, so we're going to work with what we got, my loves, okay? So, I love you all. This is Sonia G. This is the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep checking on stories. I'm going to keep guiding you through this month. It's going to be an intense month, but we got this, okay? And share with the things that you know. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah.